Earlier, Kevin from Auckland told us how his car got clamped last month in a car park with confusing signage. And how instead of paying the fine, he just changed the wheel and removed the clamp at home.
I deflated the tyre and I was able to wiggle the clamp off.
But when Kevin called the clampers, they didn't want their clamp back and instead sent out a bill demanding $600. $600 being the nice round figure they came up with after charging a clamp release fee of $180, a clamp replacement fee of $175, and an administration fee of $245. Failure to pay within 3 weeks, they warned, would result in them calling the debt collectors.
The charges were just insane. Firstly, they've charged me for unclamping the wheel clamp, which they didn't do. Secondly, they're charging me for a wheel clamp, which is perfectly fine. And thirdly, the administration cost. How do they come up with that?
That's a very good question, Kevin, and one we'll put to them soon. First, though, what exactly is the law when it comes to wheel clamping in New Zealand? In actual fact, there's currently no legislation specific to clamping as a means of parking control. What there is an ancient legal concept used to justify the towing of vehicles from private land. But does it apply to clamping? We asked lawyer Alex Wittenhanner to look into it, and what he found stunned us. A 1993 district court ruling in which the judge said no, that ancient law doesn't apply. His key reason? Because clamping almost inevitably brings the car owner and the clamper face to face.
The judge in the 1993 case took the clear view that because of the risk of civil disturbance, clamping a car in New Zealand is unlawful.
Okay, but if that 1993 ruling holds true today, how come people like Kevin are still being clamped?
I suspect that most clamping companies are completely unaware of this, and it's quite likely that people are frightened or not prepared to meet the legal costs involved of challenging the act of the clamper in the courts.
So does that mean Kevin was entitled to change wheels and remove the clamp himself? Well, yes, according to that 1993 ruling. In fact, that case arose because a man was arrested for destroying a clamp by repeatedly driving backwards and forwards till it broke.
If you're the owner of a car and you come back to your vehicle and find it clamped, you can do what Kevin did, or you can cut the clamp off. But if that's not a practicality, and for most people it won't be, make the payment to the clamper and then recover the payment through the disputes tribunal.
Be sure to get a receipt from the clampers and take it and a copy of this case with you to the disputes tribunal.
The disputes tribunal must follow it.
The district court isn't bound by it though, but would give it serious consideration. So, what then of Kevin's $600 bill?
Kevin does not have to pay any part of the $600 that's being claimed against him because the clamper acted unlawfully by placing the clamp there in the first place.
Target put that to the clamping company in question and also asked them to justify the 3 separate charges on Kevin's $600 bill. The NZ Wheel Clamping Company, however, refused to comment on the legality of clamping and only tried to justify their clamp replacement fee.
Unauthorised removal of a clamp requires a degree of force that may compromise the future reliability of the device.
They refused to explain their $245 admin fee, and for that alone we say shame on you. There was no offer to waive Kevin's $600 bill, and Kevin, meanwhile, says he has no intention of paying it.
Well, I'd sooner go to jail than pay these guys a cent, so I guess we'll take it through the court procedures.
Target's left wondering how many Kiwis are getting clamped each day, but unlike Kevin, are paying the clampers, even though what they do is borderline legal at best. It's high time then that our politicians considered legislation that unequivocally states the circumstances in which vehicles can and can't be clamped. In the meantime, if you get clamped, don't just take it lying down. If you can, take the clamp off yourself and, if necessary, take the clampers to court.